28th October 2014. Now, the Bank of Ghana issued this statement because the bank believed that this company was was operating as a microfinance company without the proper authorization and licenses, and that it was also illegally using the word bank. Now, 11th March 2015, Bank of Ghana issues another statement again. 13th April 2016, Bank of Ghana issued another statement cautioning people against dealing with this company. Now, between 2014 and 2016, when the Bank of Ghana accused the company of illegally using the word bank, B-A-N-K, the company went and then changed its name to NAM1's Bank. This time, the bank was spelled with a C. But that didn't stop the central bank from issuing statements and complaining that this company was engaged in deposit taking and that it was not licensed to do that. It was acting lawlessly. But the company had a license. The company's license was issued by the Minerals Commission. The Minerals Commission's license essentially allowed the company to buy gold from small-scale mining companies that had smallholder concessions. This is what the license from the Minerals Commission allowed the company to do, to buy that gold and to export same outside the country. Now, given that the company changed its name from NAM1's Bank with a K to NAM1's Bank with a C to NAM1's Gold, there were still allegations that this company's trading was in doubt. And we know the story. The central bank insisted the company can't do deposit taking. The company insisted it was not doing deposit taking in violation of any law. It was engaged in gold collectibles. And how this essentially worked was the company had a sister company called Brew Marketing. You went to Brew Marketing and bought gold, brought the gold to NAM1's Gold, deposited the gold there, and depending on whatever quantity of gold you bought, it would determine how much money, how much dividend you were paid at the end of the month. So if, for example, you bought any amount that was more than 7,000 or 10,000 Ghana cedis, you were entitled to a dividend of 7% on that amount every month. If you did more than 10,000, you were entitled to 10%. At some point in time, they actually did a Christmas or Easter bonus where they allowed persons who bought gold worth 400,000 Ghana cedis to be giving gold worth 500,000 Ghana cedis and be paid 12% on account of that. But the rollover was just for 6 months. So a lot of people invested in this and a lot of people got their dividends. So what happened was that every month people will go fill our forms, take whatever percentage that they were entitled to. So if you anymore had 200,000 and you went to Brew Marketing and you bought gold, went to NAM1's Gold and deposited the gold and went home, every month they would give you 10% of your 200,000 and then you take it home. Or if you wanted, you roll it over. That means the interest that you were getting on that was higher. But that didn't stop the regulators from having problems with the company. So in September 2017, Minerals Commission wrote to NAM1's Gold, insisting that NAM1's Gold was abusing the terms of the license that was granted it. And therefore, if it didn't stop, Minerals Commission said it was going to take steps to stop the company from engaging in the kind of gold trading that it was engaged in, and reminded the company that the license that it gave it was only for it to buy gold and export and not to engage in any gold trade locally. As of September 2018, when we were doing the story, 1 year after the Minerals Commission had issued this letter, nothing had happened, and the company was continuing to do the trading. And eventually, Securities and Exchange Commission then came in and said that what was happening was the gold collectibles that NAM1's Gold was engaged in was a certain derivative trading, and therefore it came under the ambit of the Securities and Exchanges Commission. We know that NAM1's Gold and his lawyers insisted that that was not the case, and he repeated this yesterday at the press conference, that the business was an innovative kind of business which was not regulated under our laws. Yesterday he indicated they are willing to come under any existing or new forms of regulation if the state is minded.
Right. So if you missed the press conference yesterday, Here it is.
NAM1's Gold Ghana Company Limited is a licensed, reputable Ghanaian gold dealership firm with 5 years of impeccable and enviable service delivery and gold trading record. It would interest you to know that in the last 5 years, NAM1's Gold consistently met the demands of its customers, suppliers, and foreign partners who do business with us. But for the force majeure, the regulatory questions raised by the Bank of Ghana and the Securities and Exchange Commission, regulatory intervention of which we respectfully contested and is still before the Ghanaian Court of Law, a question of statutory interpretation as to whether or not the trading of gold collectibles or jewelry and the return of monthly profit on same to traders is deposit taking, deposit mobilization, activity, or trade in securities. As to whether or not the export of tons of gold dory bars of very fine percentage purity, with many evidence of inflows and forex via the Bank of Ghana, is a Ponzi scheme, praying the just and august Ghanaian court to make consequential orders to repair NAM1's Gold damage, if any. Ladies and gentlemen, NAM1's Gold got very successful with its gold dealership business, resulting in the buying of gold, export, and the produce of fine gold collectibles, jewelries. To satisfy the domestic market, an innovative drive in adherence to the government's campaign for Made in Ghana goods. We saw the need to embark on a drive for international expansion in a quest to broaden our market share size. We saw the opening of some international outlets in Madrid, Spain, London, the United Kingdom, and Lagos in Nigeria. The famous shutdown letter landed our business, staff, customers, and shareholders a catastrophic blow, which sadly led to many very horrific occurrences that brought untold economic hardships to our families, our dear customers, and the staff body of all our companies, many of whom are customers too due to the reputable nature of our business. To you all who suffered various degrees of upset, being it directly or indirectly, we share equally in your pain. With God on our side, we shall soon change this sad NAM1's Gold tale to a very happy narrative, as I grasp a resolve now to drive NAM1's Gold from good to great. The NAM1's Gold product line that has been questioned is one that is just an act of innovation characterized by most businesses worldwide. We sought to build a word processor out of a typewriter in our line of business, with the hope of being encouraged to create wealth in the face of globalization. I noticed that the 21st century witnesses a blowing wave of globalization, yet Africa has seen limited technological innovative advancement, which stifle our economic growth and lame our progress due to lack of will to invest in the difficult task of creating new things. This tends to make companies in Africa fail in the future, no matter how big a company's stated capital is or who is in the helm of affairs. With this background juxtaposed with my vision and drive to build a business that would surpass our generation, innovation was the only option. As it turned out with the cease and desist directive from the Securities and Exchange Commission, the need arose for us to mobilize company assets, especially outstanding payments due our company from several companies and individual buyers in several countries, particularly in the United Arab Emirates, Dubai specifically, to meet the payment obligations owed to NAM1's Gold traders or customers and other business associates. It was in this regard that I embarked on a pursuit of company asset or debt recovery overseas. In the course of my pursuit, upon my arrival in Dubai on the 7th December 2018, I was framed by one of the companies, Horizon Royal Diamond DMCC, which owes our company 750 kilograms of gold dory bars, valued at $39 million. Believing that NAM1's Gold is doomed for closure due to the unfavorable media reportage and the customer protest in Ghana, hence tabled a bogus claim that they have been defrauded by another Ghanaian company named NAM1's Gold Company Limited, with frivolous claims of just Gold Limited having associations with our company, which is very false. The subsequent action by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, to freeze Men's Gold and my personal asset further hardened the resolve of some of our debtors who thought Men's Gold was a thing of the past. Following my graceful acquittal and discharge in the Dubai Superior Court, the need arose for me to return to Ghana immediately on the call of the Interpol Red Notice to answer criminal charges on the same customer's debt portfolio before the Ghanaian court, the very reason why I went to Dubai in the first place. A court that restrained me from laying claims to the funds I went to Dubai to recoup. All companies worldwide have liabilities in its books, and so do Men's Gold. Business in summary is all about owing and being owed. We at Men's Gold are committed and do express our willingness to service our debt portfolios to our customers and business associates as soon as we can with a given opportunity. We respectfully pray the Ghanaian authorities to cooperate with us to achieve the following. 1. To assist us make full recovery of the amount owed Men's Gold by Horizon Royal Diamond in Dubai. As an act of good faith, we are willing to engage the Attorney General's office on the best possible way for them to aid Men's Gold by employing international law and diplomatic relations to ensure we achieved this objective. 2. To unfreeze our companies and my personal bank account, an asset for us to utilize these as vehicles to get productive in order to meet our liabilities, or to our customers and some business associates in our bid to resolve our liabilities immediately. As of now, Brew Marketing Consort, Men's Gold Ghana Limited, and I cannot credit or debit any bank account in Ghana. This is why it is highly imperative to consider this kind request, as I believe government shares in our resolve and will do all that which is needful in our quest to satisfy the populace, who are our customers. 3. To clearly give direction as to which government agent or agency has jurisdictions to regulate the activity of gold collectibles or jewelry trade in Ghana, just so we can apply for the necessary certifications in order to proceed with our business in a fair and sound manner. As we have publicly demonstrated, we are open to fair supervision and are opposed to no supervision, misconceived supervision, or supervision with malicious intent, respectfully. The founders of PayPal, Elon Musk and co., set out to create a new internet currency to replace the US dollar. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg's first product was designed to only get his classmates signed up, not the Earth's population. Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp's Uber started only to supplement the taxi fleet in San Francisco. Brian Chesky, Joe and Nathan started Airbed and Breakfast as a means to rent out an unused space in their abode to get income to supplement a deficit for a pending event. Ivan Spikegirl, Bobby and Reggie started what came to be known today as Snapchat, as sending naughty disappearing fan photos when they were all students at Stanford University. America's media called it a sexting app. Jeff Bezos started Amazon as a digital bookstore in a garage, was heckled by the big players in the books retailing business. Jack Ma fought through and achieved Alibaba in China, and the list goes on. All of these innovative breakthroughs had regulatory questions, suffered bad press. Uber and Airbed and Breakfast particularly have suffered global protest. Travis Kalanick, founder and first CEO of Uber especially, fought many regulatory and legal battles. Today, these great innovative companies are pillars of the great Silicon Valley, receiving global tribute for the United States of America. These are just symptoms of disruptive businesses and business ideas. Men's Gold is today characterized by same traits, and I have no doubt in my mind that our company is on a path to greatness and global prominence. If these three propositions are reviewed and considered, we shall confidently proceed to make the necessary arrangement to start paying our customers immediately under my watch. This I say with my personal guarantee. While my detention in Dubai was harrowing, daunting, terrific and horrific experience, I am grateful to God because I feel very refined. It has made me older than my age as we grow in our experiences and not in years. I am fulfilled and ready for greater exploit, highly motivated to add up to our previous gain. I am happy about the disruption, a key trait about a successful business prospect in this information age is the ability to scale. As Mario Andretti, a champion car racer, rightly put it, if everything is under control, you are just not going fast enough. Xylophone Media is an entertainment business built upon technical expertise such as creating, composing, storytelling, and performance. It's also built on innovation just like Men's Good, employing technology to develop new breakthroughs in art, traditional and digital media products. Tomorrow would witness a xylophone media that can be described as a multifunctional media in the digital space, which would cater for a wide variety of international interests and needs. It would comfort you to note that Xylophone Media is not just another media firm. We are a media and art technology company. Our competitors are not in Ghana. They are far away in the Silicon Valley in California. To you, I say, ants that unite can beat an elephant. Admittedly, we have made some pretty good losses. We are happy about our loss having been a disruptive art and media business. We wear our loss as a badge of honor. Our loss depicts our grand ambition. By natural law, you have to go through a thunderstorm to see the rainbow. Our eyes are still set on the colorful rainbow. We shall succeed. Brew Marketing Consult Company Limited is a marketing company, a commodity broker of a sort, which works for commissions by merchant selling and buying leads. I encourage companies worldwide with marketing needs in Ghana and in Africa to take advantage of Brew Marketing's great professional marketing prowess, as the company did for Men's Good, resulting in Men's Good's mighty growth. To our Men's Good customers, we note that you have experienced an increased level of anxiety and concern, but have been extremely understanding and patient with us through these trying times. We continue to recognize and respect your sacrifice. Please remember that your patience and support for us is not an entitlement, but something we earn by the way we worked with you diligently over the past years. I can assure you that it would pay off favorably soon. Together, we are very conscious of our responsibilities towards you, our cherished and esteemed customers, and we will do everything we can to individually and collectively meet your expectations. To the government of Ghana, we applaud you for not sparing the rod and spoiling the child. We've got your message. We've grown and are ready to accept and take up responsibility, if any. I want to reiterate that I do not seek political office or power. My goal towards contributing for the good of Ghana and Africa is missionary and not mercenary. Clearly, my willingness to be misunderstood is the basis of our many criticisms and the exercise of brute force and skewed media reportage witnessed against our outfit in the last 12 months. I am an entrepreneur, and I remain as such. Last but not the least, to the many Ghanaian and African youth, as well as the aged who believe in me and the NAM mission, we shall continue to contribute to those in authority for the creation of new Ghana and new Africa, for the new Ghanaian and the new African, in the new African socio-economic front. I am well aware that many of you crave for African prosperity. To you, all I ask. The Egyptian who conceived the idea of the pyramid and actually built it is an African. Had same natural abilities we have, with less access to information than we do today, yet succeeded in building not just one pyramid, but three, if you like, several. Which African would build the next Egyptian pyramid? Thank you so much.
And that's the voice of Nana Appiah-Mensah yesterday as he spoke at that press conference. 3 things that he's asking the government to do is to assist Men's Gold to retrieve their money from this company in Dubai, the $39 million that's owed them for gold bars. Also to unfreeze the company's accounts here in Ghana so that he can have access to some money. And thirdly, to clarify which agency has a jurisdiction to regulate his business. And we talked about that in the news review about how he's claiming that neither the SEC, or the Bank of Ghana is equipped, as it were, to regulate his business. He also, in this press conference, talks about the achievements of many known names, including founder of Amazon. He talks about Elon Musk and talks about the African pyramids. So I guess he's trying to come across as some sort of visionary and really just saying, that perhaps maybe we have not understood the vision that he has for Men's Gold. But that's Nana Appiah-Mensah. Those are his thoughts and his views concerning what's going on with Men's Gold. He was asked the question if Men's Gold was a Ponzi scheme, because at the heart of the whole situation, that was the question that kept on coming up, and this was his response.
You want to know as to whether Men's Gold is a Ponzi scheme? Men's Gold is not a Ponzi scheme. Let me seize this opportunity to shed light, more light, on the operations. I'm sure this is in reference to the gold collectible trade and not our gold export and then our assaying and smelting and assaying. Now, the gold collectible trade was a platform that we created, our creation. And I mentioned innovation when I was speaking. So we own the proprietary, to the gold trading platform. It's a platform that has a lot of, buyers, so many buyers, and then it has a lot of around the world, and then it has a lot of sellers, which is the traders, with their gold collectible. All right? So we only own the platform. It is our creation. So we own the platform. So it is just like Accra Mall, for example. You have a product you want to sell. You do not have, you don't know where to find a seller. And so you go to Accra Mall and then you go and then apply for space just so you can bring your product then come and sell. So a customer owns his gold collectible, all right? Comes to Men's Gold and says that, I want to trade my gold collectible on your platform because the platform is ours. So we need to have royalties. We need to get paid. And this is why they pay us commissions. So they pay for commission, we accept, and then we give them receipt, narrating the transaction history on the receipt. Then we accept the gold, and then we sign a contract, and it is the contract that regulates our relationship. And in the contract states what should be done in case of breach, all right? After we put a gold, we subject the gold to our platform, all right? And then we have buyers on the platform. So the product that we have placed on our platform meets a buying lead. So somebody buys it. We make profit of having accepted the commission, which is the royalty. We also make profit on the customer's gold that they have placed on the platform. All right, and gold, we have huge demand. So there is constant demand. So every week we are able to sell the customer's gold, all right, restock, and then come and sell again. But at the end of the month, because the contract says that we are supposed to be paying them returns at the end of the month, we only give them 1 out of the 4. And then the 3, because we are doing the trade, the 3 becomes, our profit or our benefit. Let me say benefit or reward. So this is what it is. It is not a Ponzi scheme, but it is just an innovative drive. Today's internet market is where the owners of platforms like Alibaba, like eBay, like Amazon and all owns a platform, and then they match selling leads to a buying lead, and then they make money. So it was just an innovative drive. It was just an innovation, something, our creation. And people would contest what they do not know. Around the world, there is a huge debate as to whether ghosts exist or not. Because none of us have seen a ghost, there is a contest. A school of thought believes ghost exists. A school of thought believes it does not exist. So naturally, human beings would contest what they do not know. But we do, because this is our proprietary. We have the technical expertise when it comes to good. You might be a lawyer, and a good one for that matter, but that doesn't make you a good businessman. You can be a business professor, in Harvard or Yale business school, all right? But when venture capitalists put money in your hands to go do business, that doesn't mean you can be a successful businessman. So we need to promote mutual respect. Okay, so this is what it is. This is my take on the gold collectible trade. If we all see things from different perspectives, my 4-year-old, all right, would not just conclude that an animal, is a duck by just watching the way it walks or the way it swims. My 4-year-old panel will not do that. All right? We do not have to, draw assumptions and then conclusions based on, our mental dispositions and our primary and secondary socialization. We need to attack the fact, especially when our integrity, are on board. Today, the telcos in Ghana, they do mobile transfers, but originally they were given a license to do telecommunication business. You get it? Today the real estate industry is not regularized, but tomorrow it would be. So at every given time in human history, innovation precedes regulation. So if we have gotten innovative, we are not opposed to, regulation. We welcome regulation, but we expect fair regulation, in accordance with the rule of law. So men's gold is not a Ponzi scheme.
And that's the voice, once again, of Nana Mensah, categorically stating that men's gold is not a Ponzi scheme. In a few minutes, I'll be speaking to Mr. Isaac Nyako, who's the vice chairman of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold. Because regardless of what Nana Mensah says, it's really the customers that we're concerned about and how they have been coping and with having their money locked up in this for quite a few months. And so we'll be having that conversation in a few minutes. Before that, though, well, it's pay your school fees time. If you have kids like me, then you're definitely gearing up to pay those mega bills that come with educating our children. But this time you can do it with a lot more ease on the GT Bank digital platforms. It's back to school season, and Guaranteed Trust Bank Limited has amazing news for students, parents and guardians. Pay admission and school fees for fresh and continuing students without stepping in the banking hall or school premises through Bank *737# or MyGHPay. Simply download My GHPay app from the Play Store or the App Store and make payments with your card or mobile money anytime, anywhere. You'll receive an electronically generated receipt for submission to the school as proof of payment. You can also walk into any of our branches nationwide to make payments to over 100 schools through our GT Collects platform. With GT Bank's convenient payment platforms, you're guaranteed a fast, efficient and stress-free way to pay fees this season. Call 0302-611-560 or toll free on 0800 124 000 for inquiries. Guarantee Trust Bank, when you rather bank with us. And the Vodafone Bosu offer just got bigger. Aside the Bosu weekend offer, Vodafone has taken another boss step, introducing the Bosu daily offer. The Bosu of all the daily offers. Sign up to the Vodafone Bosu daily offer for 2 Ghana cedis and enjoy 100 minutes for calls to all networks, plus 100 megabytes valid for 24 hours. Yes, it's real power. Just dial *5588# now to subscribe to the Bosu Daily offer and spend your day like a boss. And social media messages on SMS are brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Telecel 4G, just a touch. And our WhatsApp line is 0244-340-437, 0244-340-437. You can also tweet us at @Joy997 on Facebook and on Instagram. And right now I'm asking you what you think basically about that press conference with Nana Mensah. But the EcoBank Express Point allows you to access basic banking services across the country. Enjoy EcoBank Express Point services after banking hours, including weekends and holidays. Locate an EcoBank Express Point nearest to you at selected Shell shops, pharmacies, grocery shops, ECG vendor points, and mobile money merchant locations. Enjoy the following services at our Express points. You can open an instant EcoBank Express account. You can deposit and withdraw cash from your EcoBank account. You can redeem e-tokens, receive international remittances through Rapid Transfer, Western Union, RIA, Vigo, and UnityLink. To locate an EcoBank Express point, simply dial *770#. Select 8 for Express Locator. Select region, enter 3 first letters of your area, and begin to transact today. EcoBank, your CIMG marketing-oriented company of the year. EcoBank, your CIMG Hall of Fame bank. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Are you looking for dependable internet service to meet and suit your needs? Well, Telesol offers the fastest internet experience on 4G in the country, with coverage in Accra, Tema, Ho, Koforidua, Takoradi, and Bolgatanga. And for the youth, Telesol has Telesol Wave bundles designed to cater for youth lifestyles, starting from as low as 2 cedis 50 pesos. Telesol has 4G internet service to meet businesses, homes, and on-the-go needs. This is 4G data not only to your phone and handheld devices, but also extended for use in office and homes. Can you believe that? Telesol 4G for everyone. And now Telesol Fiber Broadband has fiber broadband services for home and offices available at affordable rates with varied speeds, unlimited and bundled data options. If you live in any of these areas, Airport Residential Area, Laboni, Ridge, Cantonments, Jowulu, and other locations, call Telesol to find out about your area and service availability. You can call Telesol on 0303-975-342 or 0303-975-344 or send us an email on inquiry@telesol4g.com. Telesol, just a touch. And we're going to take a few messages, and when we come right back, we will be speaking to Mr. Isaac Nyako. Actually, we have him on the line now, so let's just do that, and then we can take some messages after. Mr. Isaac Nyako is the Vice Chairman of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers of Men's Gold. Good morning, Mr. Nyako.
Good morning, madam.
How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Awesome. So yesterday, eventually, after quite a long wait, Mr. Nana Appiah-Mensah spoke. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think though we were disappointed at the conference meeting, we felt he made a lot of valid points on the need for government to assist him, and for which we also calling on their government as customers of Men's Gold to assist him, to help them retrieve the monies from the Dubai Emirates company, and then help him access its account. But we are not asking government to allow him to do it independently as NAM1, but in conjunction with we, the customers and Men's Gold management, so that there will be fairness in the disbursement of funds to customers or payment of funds to customers.
Okay, Mr. Nyako, you said that he made some valid points, first of which is his call for help from the government.
Yeah.
Which other points do you think he made which were valid?
Well, obviously, as it stands now, there's no way he can make payment if its account cannot be accessed. And then there's no way, he can also make, payments to us if money from Dubai is not accessible to him.
Okay. Have you been shown any evidence to show that this money from Dubai, 1, is actually available, and 2, will be enough to cover the cost of what he owes Men's Gold customers?
Yes, we have met Honorable Deputy Pinka, Deputy Attorney General, in his office at Parliament, and he has confirmed to us that truly the gentleman has money paid to him from Dubai. And so that is obvious, that he has money in Dubai to be, brought into the system that would be used to pay customers. As to whether it's enough or not, for now we are suffering. And once we are suffering, we need what will start relieving us of our suffering. And that is most important. If the money is not enough, subsequently he's got assets. If the government deem it necessary to liquidate his assets and use the monies to pay us, that's fine. If not, and government thinks he has to sit down with him to judge on how the way forward to his business that is up to the government to do it. But most importantly, government need to sit down with us, sit down with Men's Gold management, and then find a lasting solution to the problem and start making payments to customers so that customers will be relieved of their plight.
So from what you're saying, Mr. Nyaku, you feel like a lot of the responsibility to get this money back is now on the government?
Exactly. I mean, once the person cannot access his account and he cannot bring in the money, if he tries bringing that money from Dubai, from any means, it might be deemed money laundering. And the only way the money can come through is through a proper channel through the banking system. If government thinks it can't open its account or cannot unfreeze its account, then government needs to make available another account where that money could be transferred into so that it can be used to pay customers.
Okay, Mr. Nyaku, I understand that you are speaking for the members of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers. Will you be able to state categorically that the members are satisfied with what has been said? And how long are you willing to wait for?
Well, members, as to satisfaction, it's an independent thing. I mean, each and every one has its own expectation. But coalition, we were expecting that NAM1 would have come with a payment plan, thinking that he had met government already on the way forward. But as it stands now, it looks like he has not met government. Government has not told him anything, and there's no way forward from government's point of view. That is why we coalition are asking that government need to step in and assist him to retrieve his monies from Dubai, and then in collaboration with government, unfreeze his accounts and then monitor payment to customers.
Okay. The SEC, the Bank of Ghana, the Finance Ministry, they all at some point issued statements saying that they would not be responsible for what happens if people continue to invest in men's gold. If they stick to that and decide not to get involved, do you have a thought-out plan of action?
I think we've gone past that stage where SEC and DOJ and the others issued those statements. I think we've gone past that stage. Currently, as it stands now, government has already got itself involved in, and so the issue is in court. So government can take itself from the whole issue. I think we insist government gets involved and assist customers to help retrieve their money.
Okay, what have the past few months been like for you?
Very terrible. I mean, business so bad. I mean, manage to pay suppliers is a problem for us. I mean, manage to get goods to sell is also a problem for us. We are forced to lay off workers.
And this is all because of the money that you invested into men's gold.
Exactly. Monies that were meant to import were in the lean season invested for a short period so that in the peak season in December we could use those monies to import goods. But we finally lost those monies.
Okay, how is the coalition planning on impressing upon the government to help?
We're giving government some time to respond to men's gold issues.
What were the timelines you gave government?
After some time, probably a week or two to come up with some proper way forward to payment. If not, then we might have to hit the streets and start registering our displeasure to government. That means government doesn't think of us. Government doesn't care for its people. And at this point, we believe government thinks about the people, government cares about the people. So as early as possible, we expect government to respond and show the way forward to solving the men's gold issue. I mean, we can't wait for this court issued, be completed. We are in Ghana, it takes more than 5 years to complete such a criminal case. So, we customers cannot wait in this suffering mood. We cannot wait for the number of years it will take for this criminal charges on him to be completed. As early as possible, government should find a way forward. Government can work together with him and customers to start some payments with the monies available in his account and the monies that can be retrieved from Dubai to start some payments along the line once the court issue is pending or it's probably being suspended. Most importantly, customers need their money.
Right. Just for clarification's sake, the onus of responsibility you are placing on the government to solve this issue that you went ahead with a private citizen, right? Well,
that is why we gave government the mandate to protect us. we voted to give government mandate to protect us. We didn't vote for government to come and look on for us to be, robbed of. Even if it's a private business we went into, government has the mandate to protect we the citizens.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Isaac Nyaku, for joining us. We wish you luck, and we honestly do hope that his accounts are unfrozen and that this money comes through so that you can have your monies back and get back to life as you knew it. That was Mr. Isaac Nyaku, the Vice Chairman of the coalition of aggrieved customers of Men's Gold, speaking about the fact that they're really impressing upon the government to rally behind them and help NAM1, as he has asked, in this liquidation sort of his assets and freezing companies' accounts, getting the money back from the Dubai company that owes him. And so we will see how the government will respond to that. And of course, your Superstation Joy 99.7 FM will continue to bring you the very latest on that issue. When we come back from the commercial, we will... we have Amanda Clinton, who is the founding partner of Clinton Consultancy, on the line. She's going to be speaking to us. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here as well. So presumably you are aware of what Nana Piamenta spoke about yesterday?
Yes, his 3-point submission.
Right. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's very good that he finally, gave some sort of definition as to what he said that Men's Gold was doing. But, I think Men's Gold's team also has to understand that they're facing, or Nana Piamenta is facing quite serious charges with the other directors. Therefore, to unfreeze company and personal bank accounts may be a bit... premature at this stage, but specific bank accounts could be earmarked. For instance, his legal team probably has an official bank account, and a sub-account could be created for clients' money or customers' monies to be put inside. And then there's oversight from the government and different people in order to distribute that money. So opening a bank account for the purposes of distributing money to customers is not something that necessarily has to be done through his bank accounts. And we also have to cast our minds back to what led to all of this. SEC had said initially that they wanted certain information from Men's Gold. They required production of books, etc., and they wanted to regulate them at the time, since they were sort of like being unregulated for a while, etc., etc. Men's Gold's position was always that we never needed to be regulated, and then the second they were shut down, it was like they were more open to the idea of being regulated. So, there was a long history to this whole Men's Gold saga. Essentially. And as to the issue of whether they can be defined as gold collectibles or jewelry trade, the point is he has a charge to answer in terms of fraud, and was it fraud, etc. So in a case like this, the court looks at, well, was it a sham operation in order to take depositors' money, contrary to SEC, etc., or was it a genuine gold business? So those are questions for the court to further explore, essentially.
And what action are you going to take for your clients, or what kind of advice are you going to give your clients on what action to take?
Well, what we've always done, we're in civil court, and, we're moving forward with our civil claims like we always have. It takes some time, sometimes. And so with all the sort of gymnastics of marketing, etc., that the Men's Gold team has done, we've maintained our position as to we're just going to get judgments and try and find as much money as possible from them, or as many assets as possible, or at least, make an application for the assets the government has seized. And in relation to Men's Gold's first point, as to the Attorney General getting involved and aiding them with, diplomatic relations for $328 million. The point is, Men's Gold has actually never shown actual documents about the Dubai case, the court judgment, the reference number. I've asked them for every week. They haven't provided that. So surely onus is on them to perhaps provide the public with all this information about the money they have supposedly secured in Dubai. And then this would be treated as a public interest case whereby government would be forced to go after monies from Ghanaians. So, yes, onus would be on government, but Men's Gold has not proven, they haven't proved it on any level that they are owed a significant amount of money from Dubai, and yet they're wanting government to look as if they're being inactive. Do you see what I mean? So for Men's Gold people to really provide all that information to government and perhaps online, and then there would be real pressure for diplomatic relations to be exercised for Ghanaians' money in Dubai, basically.
Right. Well, speaking to Mr. Isaac Nyako, who's a vice chairman of the Coalition of Aggrieved Customers, he said that they had met with the Deputy Attorney General and he had assured them that there was actually this money from this Dubai company that was owed to Nana Appiah Mensah. Are you unaware?
Afterwards? Well, I'm aware that Deputy Attorney General, at the time, I think a few months ago, was saying that, there's a Dubai case, but I think on Ghana Web, an article was printed where I had officially written to them and said, to the Attorney General's Department and said, could further information be provided, or at least a case reference number for us to follow through, etc., and nothing was provided. And then the whole thing kind of went cold. So I really do believe that if government is aware of such an amount owed, this would be a public interest case far higher than Ghana Football Association, because it has to do with so many Ghanaians' monies locked up, and they know where it's locked up if it's locked up in Dubai. But to date, the Attorney General's Department and Men's Gold team haven't really provided, the judgment, the case reference number. Nothing's been provided. But if the case is active, or if the case did happen, it's a public interest matter because thousands and thousands of Ghanaians' monies are locked up.
Okay. Listening to him yesterday, there are three things which he asked the government to do: assist him to retrieve his money from Dubai, to unfreeze the company's accounts, and to set up or clarify which agency has the jurisdiction to regulate his business. Based on what he's asking the government to support him with, are you hopeful that your clients will at some point receive their monies?
Yes. But again, they're being very articulate in terms of their marketing strategy. They're trying to push the buck onto government to a certain extent. Because, for instance, the issue of who has jurisdiction to regulate gold collectible activity may be, quote-unquote, a moot point when you have a situation where Men's Gold was de facto deposit taking. And then when the regulators were getting close, they all of a sudden established brew marketing and told all customers to pay money to brew marketing, their sister company. The reason why this is important, and it will be decided in court, is was this a genuine gold collectible operation, or was it a sham set up to avoid deposit-taking legislation? So, these are the fine points that don't come out when people are doing fantastic marketing presentations. It's like they're forgetting the small points. But the small point is, which is a rather big point, was it a sham operation established only to deposit take, or could they be seen as doing genuine business, which is what the courts will explore in the 13 counts against Men's Gold directors, basically.
Right. Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I've been speaking to Amanda Clinton. She's a lawyer for some of the aggrieved customers of Men's Gold. My question to you this morning is, having listened to Nana Appiah Mensah, are you convinced that you'll have your money back? Call me after these messages. You can send me a WhatsApp 0244-340-437. I'll be opening the phone line at 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541, right after this.
Welcome to 21st Century Service Provision. Need to pay your ward school fees?
Thanks, Daddy.
Want to flex that girl?
Wow, he's so cool.
Grandma needs airtime to fill me in on all the village filler.
Hey, me be a guy.
Or you're just tired of having to hop from app to shortcodes to website and back. Welcome to the new phase of buying, selling, and connecting with customers. Welcome to convenience and technology. Welcome to My GH Pay, myghpay.com. Make or receive payments online from anywhere using a Visa card, MasterCard, GH Link card, or your mobile money wallet. Businesses, associations, institutions can get listed for free today and enjoy a new world of convenience. Download My GH Pay for free from Play Store and App Store. myghpay.com. Buy, sell, and connect. The platform for everyone.
I believe that I can be all of the best, whatever I do, guaranteed to take the lead.
On Vodafone Cash, it is impossible for anybody to defraud you, as all transactions are initiated and authorized by you. If you know, you know.
The future is exciting. Ready? Comfort, durability, finishing, quality. Choosing sofas and beds for your home, office, or hotel couldn't be easier.